Hello there. Hello everyone. This video is entitled Slut-shaming, a call out to women. S-L-U-T, slut-shaming, a call out to women. So, very quick bit about myself. My name is Kieran Walsh. I'm 25 and I'm very interested in psychology. I actually study psychology at the Open University. Completely fascinated by it. Like a little nerd, spend all my free time, or most of it anyway, too much time you'd say, just at the computer watching different things that I find interesting on YouTube and other sites. So yeah, massively fascinated in psychology. So why would someone like myself be motivated to make a video like this? The reason being is that in my eventual career job, I would like to have there'll be an element of public speaking. Let's just say that. So I'd like to get some practice in, put some videos out online, and let's see how they're received. So, slut shaming, the topic. What is it? Well, obviously we know what it is. It's the disparity between how men can act and how women can act sexually, and the consequences for both men and women, where they both to engage in promiscuous sexual activity. So my intended audience for this video is actually women, girls around my age, a little bit younger, a little bit older. I'd love to hear how you relate to what I'm about to say. And basically I'm intending from this video for this to be sort of a moderately intelligent guy's view to how guys see this situation, this slut shaming. What a guy, say if you took a guy and you just put him in a room, he wasn't allowed any ego, he wasn't making jokes, this is just really how a nice, kind, moderately intelligent guy thinks about this situation. So, brief bit of history. Slut shaming, where does it come from? Where does a negative association around promiscuity within the sexual realm, where does that come from? Because it's not always been that human beings haven't always been like that. Well, it's very much like the divine right of kings. I don't know if you've heard of that. I'm sure you probably have. That being that in olden times, the technical term, the kings would retain power by this thing called the divine right of kings. They would say that their power has come directly from God. They're sort of a go-between between the subjects, the king, and then God. So that they're deigned to be in that position. So that's why you mustn't revolt against them, and you see the thinking behind it. Slut shaming is very similar. Back in the olden days, when before today's society. Women were obviously men's property once they were married to them. And that's how it was for many hundreds of years. And for those men to protect themselves against fidelity, their spouse's fidelity, they made this word, this notion that a promiscuous woman is a bad thing. It's wrong. Now, my opinion is that this idea is wrong. This is old-fashioned. We don't need to have this in 2014. What does slut shaming do to the individual? Well, let's go back to the fact that half of society, because this basically doesn't really affect men. There's a little bit of like, there's a man slag, a little bit of that going on where a playerish sort of guy can get a little bit of a bad rep, but basically he doesn't have anything like the same sort of negative feedback and negative consequence that a woman would have were she to be open about her sexual promiscuity, in my opinion. Slut shaming makes women feel guilty about enjoying something that's thoroughly natural. If you're a consenting adult and you're having sex with another consenting adult, and no one's being lied to, no one's doing it behind someone else's back of a relationship or anything like that, there is no problem. And the important part being safety, contraception, whether that's using a condom or some sort of safe sex. Now, the media will enforce this message. They carry the buck, if you like, of slut shaming. They think back to movies that you've seen, music that you listen to, programs on TV. There is this sort of narrative going along that, yeah, promiscuous woman, don't know about that. Like, yeah, I mean, get back in line. Like, so that's going against us. We have a media telling us that that it's wrong to engage in these promiscuous activities if you're a woman, and we need to dispel that. We need to negate that. Okay. In my experience, I've found that women are quite a bit more permission-seeking than men. Obviously, you get unconfident men, but let's say if you've got a confident guy and a confident girl, that confident guy is going to be much more rigid in his set of beliefs, in my experience, as I've seen. So that if you've got a very confident guy, he's not going to be swayed on his opinion until another logical argument comes and dwarfs that original argument. He's going to keep his original opinion. Whereas if you've got a confident woman, and she knows, whether consciously or unconsciously, in the back of her mind somewhere, she knows that this is all rubbish. Like, of course I should be allowed the same sexual freedoms as a man. Like, this is modernity, for goodness sake. Of course I should be allowed these freedoms. But let's say a confident man were to come along and say and accuse her of being a slut. It's like, what? And a woman is more easily flipped out, it seems to me, and they're less rigid in their beliefs, and they can get tarnished by that sort of toxic way of thinking. Whereas what I would encourage women who is watching this to do would be to just try and immediately dispel that. It's not important. If someone else is saying your behaviour is wrong and you've made the decision yourself that it's right, and they're not coming at you with a new logical argument that you've not thought of before, they're just coming at you with same old things that you've heard before that you've already worked over in your mind, dispel it. Don't give it another moment's thought. Don't let it make you paranoid or anything like that. In today's society, it sounds a little bit weird, but it's probably true. Our personalities have been pushed through filters. If you're a good, kind person growing up in the developed world, you probably, or you should have, hopefully, you've gotten rid of racism. Out of your mind, you've gotten rid of sexism. You've gotten rid of xenophobia. You've stopped judging people on things that they can't control themselves. And I feel that we can relegate slut shaming into this same realm as sort of racism, if you see what I mean. So I think that's the next small step on our road to progression, road to more freedom for all people. If I make a simile between slut shaming now and, let's say, racism in the 70s, obviously I wasn't around in the 70s to say this, perhaps someone watching this could verify if this would have been the case, but I assume that racism would have been much more commonplace. It would sound much less weird to hear a racist comment that wasn't a joke or wasn't ironic back in the 70s. Whereas today, if you're thinking your own everyday life, if you were to hear a racist comment and the person was sort of say speaking to you or speaking to a group that you were in, and they said it without joking and without any irony or anything like that. Obviously there's racist banter, which I'm sure, if we're honest with ourselves, a lot of us engage in, and who knows whether that we should or shouldn't, but it's a joke, the important fact being. But if someone's saying something racist and it's not a joke, you get this, if you're like me, you get this extremely visceral sort of rejection to that, and you almost don't want anything more to do with that person. Like, you might forgive them and say, oh, everyone's got their foibles, but it's very a visceral sort of, ugh, that's wrong. And I think we could do the same thing with slut shaming. When a boy or a girl are engaging in calling another woman a slut just because she's a consenting adult who has safe sex a lot, let's say, they shouldn't be doing that. They shouldn't be making that girl feel paranoid and restricting that girl's behaviour. That's not right. It's not correct. So I believe, this is my own personal belief, that that a slut or a slag or any sort of derivative of that word, any sort of word that's similar to that, I think that should be rebranded, so that what I hope we eventually think of as a slut or a slag is someone who has lots of sex unsafely. because I feel that that person's being disrespectful to themselves and disrespectful to others, because they're leaving themselves open and others open to STIs, unplanned pregnancy, all the rest of it. But what do you think? What do you think? It's fair enough? Do you think it's fair enough for like I say, a consenting adult to have safe sex and be promiscuous about it? I think it's fine. But yeah. So I mean, wrapping up now. Try not to let these ancient fears make you paranoid. If you let my like sort of very specific, if I had an image of the particular audience member in mind, be a girl in her mid-20s, moved out of home probably, just sort of struggling to get by, just like friends are off doing different things, you're paranoid about how much success you're having in your own personal life, trying to pay bills, thinking about saving up for a mortgage, whatever you do, you're in that sort of rat race, you're trying to make yourself a success, you're trying to be kind, you're trying to be a good person. You don't need this extra bother that society is judging you because you have sex occasionally. I feel like I'm in a position of advantage over you, and there's no reason for that, because I could engage in the same activities and I don't have that extra stress. So it's unfair on women, basically. So yeah, massive thanks if you've made it to the end of the video. This is my first video. Obviously you can tell I'm so up and down in the way I'm speaking. Hopefully I'll get better as a public speaker. Yeah, any feedback would be massively appreciated. I mean, is this information old hat? Is it informative? Is it interesting? Is it obvious? Yeah, love to hear your feedback. Cheers. Anything I missed as well? Cheers, bye bye.